Now picture this. You're a student athlete training 40 hours a week while keeping up with your academic responsibility. Your team earns millions of dollars for your institution, and when you claim a fraction of that money, you're offered a scholarship. Welcome to the world of collegiate athletics, where the conversation around whether or not student athletes should be paid is more pertinent than ever. We, we need to clearly understand the pressing issues facing student athletes today. First, let's look at the economic imbalance in sports, in high revenue sports like football and basketball, which athletes pour immense amounts of time and energy into training and competing, receiving scholarships in return. Meanwhile, the universities that they represent rake in thousands, if not millions of dollars from ticket sales, lucrative media contracts, and sponsorships from brands that capitalize directly on these athletes' performances. This creates a massive economic surplus, but crucially not for the students themselves. The glaring disparity between the immense profits universities garner and the competitive meager compensation that these athletes creates a significant tension between players and the powerful outside interests of college sports. Consider the heavy burden that these college players carry. They devote the majority of their time and energy to training, traveling, and competing at elite levels for their respective sports. Even with this overwhelming commitment, these students are an integral part of the system that generates upwards of $1 million of revenue, yet they see alarming little in return. As we've noted, they are often compensated with only a scholarship. In the case of both Power 5 conferences, a big-time college sports, this discrepancy between the immense sacrifices students make to play their sport, their negligible shares of the revenue is simply unfair. Furthermore, college athletes face the unique and demanding expectation to succeed in both academically and athletically. The challenge of managing the rigorous demands of an intense athletic training and competition schedule while simultaneously maintaining a high level of academic performance places an enormous strain on their mental and physical well-being. This isn't merely a balancing act, it's a tightrope walk with no net. Let's place a number to this unequal revenue. The NCAA quotes basketball teams, for instance, earn more than $30 million each year. Yet beyond their scholarships, the players who generate this income have no direct access to it. This stark reality powerfully supports this argument for fair play. So what's the plan to address these injustices? Well, I believe college athletes should be offered stipends based on their performance, and critically, they should have full rights to profit from their names, likeliness, and to fairly compensate them for the revenue that they so clearly create. This isn't a handout, it's an investment in their contribution. These stipends will serve as a powerful magnet for elite talent, fostering increased competition within collegiate sports, and most importantly, providing student athletes with crucial financial assurance. This multifaceted approach is supported by organizations like the National College Players Association and the NCAA itself. It's a well thought out plan designed to bring equity to the system. Now let's visualize the positive impact of this plan. Imagine a world where student athletes are truly compensated. First, envision lowered financial stress. Fair payment would give college athletes the objective best chance to focus solely on their demanding training and academics, eliminating the necessity for grueling part-time jobs just to cover their basic necessities. This would allow for them to navigate a far more equitable imbalance between their studies and performance of their sport. Imagine the peace of mind that these athletes could experience. Next, consider the power of NIL rights and truly the monetary independence athletes could truly capitalize on their name, likeliness, monetizing their personal brand through endorsements, streams, sponsorships, and merchandising. This ability to monetize their NIL as scholarship athletes promotes them with unprecedented control of their own income while they are still actively competing student athletes. This isn't about money, it's about empowerment. Think about the enhanced commitment from athletes. With proper compensation, it's highly likely that athletes will become even more dedicated. The NCAA quotes. This increased dedication would allow them to devote even more time and focused effort on their athletic pursuits, which can only result in better results on the field and even greater commitments to their sports. We're talking about raising the bar for the board. This plan would lead to increased competition and a higher value of investment. Athletes would be competing at an even higher level as they prioritize their sport with financial stability. Colleges, in return, would be more encouraged to strategically allocate more resources into funding their athletic programs to improve facilities, coaching, and overall services and functions and to support student athletes, leading to increased competition across the collegiate level. This isn't just good for the athletes. It's good for the fans and future college sports. Furthermore, we've seen an increased diversity in talent. By improving financial compensation and NIL opportunities, college sports will become more accessible for athletes from all types of financial backgrounds. This cultivates a more inclusive environment for everyone, where success is determined by talent and dedication, not by one's financial starting point. Imagine the untapped talent we could discover. Finally, envision college sports of a higher quality overall by providing fair compensation, the quality of by providing them with fair compensation. A wider variety and more focused talent would boost the play quality, resulting in better athletic programs across the nation. Everybody wins. To put this vision into movement, we must advocate more on behalf of reforms from the NCAA and from other collegiate athletic governing bodies. We will want to continue to advocate simply for more equitable compensation, but there is also room for compensations. Surrounding the question offered to fans, universities and athletics about how we can take any of the broad changes offered and create more equitable system. It's not only important to advocate for these things, that to make sure athletes get their share of the pie. It's simply right, because athletes are indeed the primary piece in college sports. Thank you for listening.